Hey guys, what is up? Shadolance back for another review. I just realized my microphone is probably stuck to my lips, so I should probably move that. Oh my god, it feels great to be back in the saddle. I have not made a review, like actually done the audio recording or video recording for over a week, and it feels great to be back. So I mean, a lot of you guys have been saying, oh, didn't you just make the TMP review and a whole bunch of reviews like that? Well, yes, I just posted those and they are new. Doesn't mean I just made them. A lot of them are about a week old, and while that may not be outdated, obviously, for the review, it's just like, oh, it feels great to be back and making some reviews. So I'm sorry I'm a little off topic there, but I have a whole ton of new reviews coming out. So I'm doing hand motions here, and there's obviously no way you guys can see that, but I have a whole ton of new reviews coming out for you guys to watch. So yeah, this is gonna be the first one on the list, the AK-74U. I am remaking this review. I'm remaking all the reviews that I'm doing this week. All of them are remakes. A lot of them are actually updated because the guns have been nerfed, unnerfed, or the review I made previously was just old and needed a either usage on new maps, just to kind of show new maps, because the last ones were like all Kill Creek or something, and you know, just needed a new review. So let's hop on into this review and stop explaining crap. Going off with the stats, the damage is 43, portability of 60, rate of fire of 70, accuracy of 85, and recoil of 68 for the AK-74U. You can customize it with a suppressor, a magazine, and sights, and it is not customizable in the Gun Emporium. At least not to my knowledge. If it is, then I didn't customize it before I made this review, and this is the base gun. So first of all, a damage of 43 is huge on an assault rifle. That is like over the top. That's like what you see on the SOP mod. The only other variants that have higher than this are the M14 series and the AK-47. Excuse me, the rest of the AK series. I will be comparing this to the AK-74U gold-plated, which is the higher-ranked one that you can also get out of the Miss G. This one is available by default. Anyone can purchase this gun. It is very cheap at, I believe, approximately 4,000 GP for a week. That is incredibly cheap. That would make it about 800 or 700 per day, if I do my math right. So, going over the stat comparisons now. The damage of 43 is huge, as I said before, but please don't be swayed because the damage drop-off is not pretty. It's not the worst in the game, but it's by far nothing special. As I said before, the recoil is 68. That is a huge amount of recoil, as most of the AK series has. And keep in mind, I'm even using a reflex scope, the NX one, which is supposed to lower your recoil, so that obviously doesn't help very much. And you'll see me spray quite a bit here. And while the spread doesn't look too horrible, keep in mind this is with that special scope. So overall, the spread's not, I mean, the recoil, my bad, is not super impressive. I would suggest an S1 suppressor, given the damage is already sky high. Even though the damage drop-off is kind of bad, it will still consistently be a 3 to 4 shot kill, losing only 10% of its power. That should still keep it around a 39 to 40 power base gun. So that's just kind of what you're getting there. Portability of 60 is relatively average, to be completely honest. The rate of fire of 70 is a bit on the high side, but only by a couple of points. Which is one of the reasons a lot of people like this gun. Fast fire rate plus the high damage is very, very useful at close range. You typically want to use this weapon more as an SMG than as an actual assault rifle. In fact, in real life, the AK-74U is designed to be an SMG, not an assault rifle. Combat Arms just groups it as an assault rifle, though. Although I suggest you use it as the real life usage permits, which means get close to them and spray. Don't try to tap fire this weapon. Tap firing is quite difficult to do. You'll see me try multiple times, and while it's not impossible, it's not going to be a good first choice, especially at the range you should be tap firing is usually too far away for the damage to be of any use, especially if you take my hint and put on a suppressor. So that's just my take on that. The accuracy of 85 is quite high. Many of the AK series are well known for that. Doesn't really matter what variant, but this one does follow that trend. This is technically the worst of all the AK variants, as it would say by rank and unlocking, but in my opinion, I don't know, I still like the gun as what it is. I like it. It's a great gun to start the game with. Obviously, it gets outclassed by a lot of other weapons. It is heavily underused compared to what I think it should be used as, and the AK-74U Gold is just a little bit better in a couple of ways that I'll go over in just a moment. I believe I already have a review out on that on my old channel. It should be reposted sometime relatively soon. If not, then, you know, I might remake it. But anyway, comparing it to the gold-plated that you can get out of the Miss G, which goes for $4,000, 4,000 GP dollars, yeah. What would that be, like 4 million GP or something like that? I don't know. 4 million NX or something. But anyway, going off to the stats, they're the exact same. basically the guns are everything I've said so far is the exact same. You unlock the AK-74U Gold at Major 1. My bad, Major 1. It's Captain 3 in Europe. I actually recently did try to start playing Europe, and I did a little research beforehand, and this was one of the things that I remember reading about recently, but I have not been able to play, so I don't think I'm going to even bother getting into that, to be honest. So that's just kind of my own take on that. Now, the NX basic variant is the AK-74M, and the NX rare variant is the AK-74M gold-plated. The AK series is well known for having a huge amount of variants. You have the AK-74Us, both of them, both of the AK-74Ms, both of the AK-47s, and both of the AK-103s. That is a huge... And technically the AN-94 and the MK-14 Mod 0. Both of those are based off of the idea of the AK-47 having high damage and high accuracy, but the higher recoil. Technically, the MK-14 was designed originally to be a combination of the M14 and the AK-47. You can see the mechanical... At least, well, it's kind of hard to actually say. You obviously can't see it very well in this game. But if you look at the inside of the gun, the inside of the MK-14 does take some pieces from the AK-47. But only a few, and that's probably why they gave the MK, the K there. Not saying that's 100% sure, but that is what I'm quite sure it's supposed to do. You'll also see me use it here with the Tri-Shot Holosight, I believe is what it's called, so you can see without the recoil boost, and this is more of a tapping thing. I actually think I did quite well in this map, if I remember the gameplay. I think I did quite well on this, to be honest, although I think I get a lot of my kills from grenades. I play a little bit of ninja here and dodge around a bit, but it's whatever gameplay you want to see. The spread overall is quite good, although the spread recovery could use some work. It's not the slowest in the game, but it's not the fastest by a long shot. For the damage and recoil, the spread maximum is not super huge, but it's not the lowest in the game either, to be honest. The first shot accuracy, although it's 85, even though you're in scope, the tap fire is not perfectly accurate. It really isn't. So tap firing and aiming for headshots is still quite difficult with this gun, although it's not impossible. It'll usually just miss by that 1-inch margin, which is usually enough to get you killed, or not get your kill if you're obviously in a upper hand position. Both guns do have a 30 of 90 clip capacity, talking about the AK gold-plated and the AKU, the regular one. Overall, it's just a fun gun to use. There's not a whole lot really to say. Most everyone should have the chance to try this weapon, so you can more or less just see for yourself. It's really a fun gun to use. That's the best way I can put it. I would never use it for competitive gameplay unless I was forced to at an early rank, although then I would still probably take the G36E because I wouldn't really consider competitive gameplay before I hit that rank of Sergeant where I would have access to the G36 as it is. So I normally wouldn't be using this gun as it is unless I just wanted to have some fun with it a bit. If I had to make a recommendation, I do suggest an ACOG scope because spraying isn't going to help you a whole lot. Obviously, there's just some reasons why the itech would be useful, but if I had to choose, I would still put the ACOG on because the little bit of tapping power it has, although it's not great, obviously, that was a lucky-ass headshot, but anyway, it obviously is helped by the ACOG moreover than the itech. Now, the itech's not a bad idea, in all honesty. It's just if I really had to pick one, it's really kind of a toss-up with the coin, but, I do prefer the ACOG typically more than the itech. That's just my personal opinion, but everyone has their own preferences. I'm not saying don't ever put an itech scope on it, just do what you feels right. It's your gun, you play with it the way you want to play with it, so I can't really dictate that. Other than that, I've got a lot of reviews coming out this week. A lot of them are GP guns, another lucky-ass double headshot, and that's about all I really have to say about the gun. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I topped 300 subscribers for the second time. Really happy about that. I'm glad to know that I have at least 300 currently viewing subscribers. What I would like to do is get my average view count per video up, so I can encourage you guys to watch maybe 1 or 2 videos a day. If every one of you who watched this video did that, that would make me incredibly happy, because then I can make more money to host events. Through the partnership that I'm going to be getting eventually. I'll actually be getting it quite soon, to be honest. So I'd like to be able to host events for you guys. That's more videos I get to host. That's more stuff you guys get to watch. And that's more NX for you guys. I really don't need a whole lot of NX, as I've said multiple times. Really don't need it. So I love being able to, make some videos and hang out with you guys. That's what I love doing the most. I do this to make friends and videos and have fun. And that's about all I really have time for today, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. And big key on the subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys. And I will see you in the next review. Shadolance out.